Hello there, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. So in this video we're going to be dealing with Chesterfield's driving test route roundabout. Now Chesterfield seem to have one of the most ridiculous roundabout signs, or should I say markings or floor markings, and this can make it so difficult for you on your test. Even experienced drivers do have problem with this roundabout because they're so confusing. So that's why I've taken this time out to deal with the roundabout. So on this video we'll be dealing particularly with the Whittington Moor roundabout. That roundabout has 5 exits, and if you're doing a U-turn then it is 6 exits. First one we're going to be coming from Dunstan Road, taking the second exit, which is heading towards Station Road. So that's B6052. And then after that, on the same route, we're going to be coming back towards the roundabout. So this time we're coming from A61 Sheffield and we're heading to A61 Chesterfield. So that's going to be the third exit on that second part. So let's get through it and see how to deal with it. Now keep in mind, this is from the test route number 4. So if you're watching the test route, then you can use this to help you get through the roundabout for the particular test route. So yeah, this is actually going to be one of the easier ones, so sit back and relax. Right, so I have crossed onto Dunstan Road now, and I'm just going to join the main road and then head towards the roundabout. So first thing you want to keep in mind is the signboard here. It's going to help you to know which lane to position yourself. So we need to be in the right lane to go second exit for B6052, which is Station Road, and that's the second exit. So left lane is going towards A61 North only, and then B6052, which is Whittington, for second exit is going to be on the right. And just in case you're confused, because I mentioned Station Road earlier on, it is actually the same thing. Now your sat nav might say Station Road, but it's the same thing. Signboard says Whittington, but the most important thing you need to keep in mind is the name or the number slash alphabet on the road, which is B6052. That is always going to be the most important thing you need to know when you're approaching multi-lanes, big roundabouts like this. They can be life-saving, because at some point, as you see, you're gonna see A61 North, A61 South. If you don't identify the difference with those two letters, the N and the S, you might just get yourself confused. That would come up later on as well for the other routes as well, or for the other direction as well. So you might have west and some might say east. So look out for these things. They will be right there on the floor for you to see. But if you know this earlier, it would help you with your positioning. And as you pass the first exit, you see that the lane now opens up into 2 lanes, which you then pick the left lane, and that takes you to the second exit, B6052. But that lane also actually then continues further to B6050 and also A61 South. And that was that. So I'm gonna go back around now, do a U-turn. So I'm gonna take my way back to A61 Sheffield, and then I'm going to be heading towards A61 Chesterfield, and this would be the direction you'd be coming from the next time you'll be coming through to the roundabout on this route. Now, unless if of course you miss your turn and you end up somewhere else, but if you do it the right way and you haven't missed any road, then I believe this is where you'll be coming from. But either way, whatever the case is, this is what you'll be doing if you find yourself coming from Sheffield towards Chesterfield A61. Okay, so I am now joining the dual carriageway, and I am joining the A61 heading south Chesterfield. So this is A61 Sheffield Road right now, and I'm heading towards the roundabout, which would take me to the roundabout, and then we take the third exit. And right after this signboard, you are going to meet another one ahead. At that point, the lane is going to be splitting up into 3 lanes. Your left lane is going to remain left, while your right lane would split into two. So you're going to then have a middle lane and then a right lane. So if you find yourself in the middle lane at this point, then don't worry and start struggling to change lane to the left. You can continue straight for third exit in that middle lane, but that means you're going to exit in the right lane when you exit the roundabout, and you don't want to be holding back traffic when you exit in the right lane. So in this case, you might want to change back to the left after you exit the roundabout, and it's safe to do so. But if traffic on the left is slow and you're able to keep up with traffic in the right lane, then that means you actually don't have a problem, so you can keep making progress on the right, and until it's safe, come back to the left. But if you're still in the right lane and you're coming up to the Tesco roundabout, then that means you might have to just remain in the right lane. All right, and that was it. So let's go to the next one, and this time around we're coming from Tesco roundabout and we're going third exit at Whittington Moor roundabout for A61 Sheffield. And at this point, again, the lane is going to change into 3 lanes. So you're going to have the left lane, and then the right lane is going to split into 2. So you would have middle lane and the right lane. So left lane and the middle lane both go third exit. And also, because of how wide this roundabout is, as you approach the second exit, your positioning may look like if you're taking the second exit, which might cause the drivers on your left to think you're taking that exit. And because of this, I often advise to consider using your right signal so that those drivers are aware that you're not exiting and you're continuing around. But there are also cons to this, as it might mislead drivers around you to think that you are changing lane, especially if you don't put that signal on at the correct time. So it is definitely important that you discuss and practice this with your instructor. Okay, so on your way back, approaching this roundabout, you will be coming from Station Road and taking the second exit for A61 South, which is Chesterfield. And as you would see on the signboard, the left lane and the middle lane ahead continues straight for the second exit. The problem here is that you wouldn't actually notice this lane changing until you're so close to the junction, but now you know it's gonna become 3 lanes suddenly. This is ridiculous, but yes, it is the case. So keep that in mind. Keep to your left as you approach the roundabout, so that as the lane changes, you're more likely going to be either in the left or the middle. If you keep to your right, you're going to end up in the right lane. And this one is one of the most difficult ones. So this time we are doing the roundabout for route number 8, and we are coming from Breminton Road, which is B6050, and we are heading for A61 North. Alright, so unfortunately I thought I had done this direction, but I did a different one. So we're going to skip this one for route 8, and we're going to go to the next one, which is route number 10. So here is for route number 10, and we're coming from Tesco roundabout and we're heading towards Whittington Moor. And at the roundabout, we're taking the 4th exit, which is Station Road or Eckington Road, B6052. So as you approach the roundabout, the lane is going to open up into 3 lanes again, and you want to be in the right lane. So remember, you need to do your right signal. As usual, you're going past 12 o'clock. And as you enter into the roundabout, continue straight all the way into the right lane. Now here is your first exit, second coming up, and at your 3rd exit is where you start keeping left to the line to merge into the left here. And the next will be your exit. It is simple. You just got to be confident, do some practice with your instructor, and you would be fine. Now keep in mind the drivers around who are also confused about this lane positioning, so be aware of your environment, be aware of your surroundings. Drivers might pull out suddenly in front of you. Some drivers might actually be in the wrong lane, and they'll be blowing their horn for you because they think you're in the wrong lane. That's the problem of this roundabout. It is so freaking confusing, so keep this in mind. So for this route is simple. We are coming from A61 Chesterfield and we're heading to Dunstan Road, which is 2nd exit at the roundabout. So 2nd exit for cut up and your sat nav could also say Dunstan Road. Now this time around you're going to be in the left lane only for your second exit. And that was as simple as that. So now we're going for route number 13, and we are taking the 5th exit, Bremerton Road, B6050. And for your 4th and 5th exit, you'd need to use the right lane to take you to 5th exit, Bremerton Road, and also your 4th exit, which is Whittington, B6250, that we did earlier on. So yep, same thing as before. If you're going into the roundabout, mirror signal, and as you enter the roundabout, straight into the right lane, and at the 3rd exit is where you start to spiral out. So you just merge towards the left at the 3rd exit right here. So keep left and follow that lane, and it takes you past the 4th exit, and then straight ahead of you is your 5th exit here. And that is it. So let's watch that on replay again. So we have two approaches for the roundabout for route 14. First is coming from A61 Tesco roundabout, and we're heading towards the 3rd exit, which is A61 Sheffield. So we're coming from A61 Chesterfield, we're going to A61 Sheffield, and that's 3rd exit. So left lane at this point.